is it?
It's not. What is it? You said it was wine.
I mean, it's Japanese wine.
So
Dang.
it's wine.
Yeah,
It's
but we
wine,
welcome. Sorry. There we go. I apologize, everybody. I apologize. Welcome to all my moms, pops, guardians, and guests. This is episode number 26 of the Mom and Pop Spot podcast. And we got my co-host, Bernice.
Hi, guys.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. And we got a special guest returning today.
Yes.
Return of the Mac.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm all over the place, but
Yeah.
I'm good to be here, seeing
Yeah.
these people that make me happy.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're happy to have you. So
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
I miss you guys.
yeah, without you, it'd be an empty seat.
Mm.
I know.
You need to come on here all the time with us.
I would
Yeah, I
love
know.
that. I would
Yeah.
love that. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
My people.
But how have you guys been? I know it's been a minute because I haven't been consistent. I apologize, Dip. It's just life. You know what I mean? Like how you
For
say, it's just
real, it is.
it has been nuts. I mean, we've had I think I was telling you, like we've had, family in the death, we had birthdays, we've had, work. It's just life has just been chaotic. But it's a good thing because it keeps me grounded, it keeps me humble.
Yes.
What about you guys? How's everything going in your guys' side?
It's been pretty busy over here too. My daughter's birthday was March, and then
Yeah.
my other daughter's was April. And it's to have my cousin that's getting married, and I got to find out my cousin's having going to be having a baby.
Yeah.
Like, it's been crazy.
Let me ask you a quick question. Where do babies come from?
I don't know. Where did it come from? You tell me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't it the stork?
I thought so, yeah.
Maybe that would be nice.
These nuts.
What about you? How are we from 1 to 10?
Man, honestly, I'd probably say I'm a -9.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Aw.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm smiling. That's just me. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to go to San Diego tomorrow to put to rest a beautiful soul who shouldn't be getting put to rest.
Yeah.
And her name is Deji.
I'm so sorry.
Me
That's the
too.
worst.
I'm
Yeah.
pissed. I'm angry, but there's no one to really be angry at. The situation was really just unfortunate. She leaves behind a 10-year-old daughter.
Wow.
Ah.
That's the hardest.
She was a a very beautiful, ambitious young person, and
Yeah.
I'm very I'm emotional. Like I
Yeah.
cried like 3 times at work today.
Yeah.
I have an issue with the job that I work at. Kind of like with Tesla, they're
Yeah.
not really woman friendly. The diversity, inclusivity type of shit, it's not real. They just say these things, but they don't uphold themselves to these standards. So
Uh-huh.
dealing with the corporate America is another. I mean, Tesla did this to me too, but I was like, I'm out. Like I got to make money, but I noticed it's a pattern, so I'm not gonna let this one do me the same way.
Yeah.
So I've been advocating for myself. I've been standing up to these people,
Right.
making them eat their words. And yeah, it's scary because I'm like, am I gonna get fired? Am I gonna get fired? But then it's like, y'all don't really run me like that. These emotions that I have are simply because I'm dealing with outside shit. But every time I come into work, I try to focus. I should have been a lawyer or something because I'm not getting paid right.
Right.
I'm not making that money like I want to. So
Yeah.
trying to find the balance between everything right
Yeah.
now.
Man, I'm sorry. That's tough.
A good thing though is my mom. She's getting ready to come out here on the 18th, and me and my mom have been estranged majority of my life. But I mean, without trying to go into too deep of a detail, I'm just proud of her and the woman that she's become. And for her to come out here, I'm very nervous and excited. So
Aw.
So
all over the
let me
place.
elaborate on that because a lot of times when I was younger,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
and even up to currently, let's say 3-5 years ago, whatever the case is, I was very hard on my parents.
Yeah.
I judged them. I was so angry because I'm like, man, like I have a lot of child trauma because of you guys. But then when I look at it hindsight, I'm like, man, like I understand now where you guys were coming from. I understand, sometimes you needed a break or whatever the case is, and it was very easy to attack them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, like, man, like I don't blame you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You allow yourself to release that frustration,
Yeah.
and you allow yourself to forgive them and
Yeah.
to forgive yourself. You know what I
The
mean?
crazy thing is I always understood my mom. I always lived in duality. So even though she did some wild things, like she wigged out, she left us, she ran off and had new kids with a new man. And
Yeah.
I love my little brothers. I love them to death. But I never judged her in those moments because I'm thinking I see her every day. She's up at 5. She's the old school workout lady. She goes to a track and a field and works out there and then comes back, gets the kids ready, go to school. She participates at school. She works. Then we do the same show after school. So she did that every day for like 13,
Super
14
mom.
years.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
And then when I see, so when she did what she did, I was kind of like, damn, like, all right. But she disappeared for like 2 years. So from my junior year to my senior year, actually sophomore year to my senior year, I didn't have a mom. I was in foster care.
Yeah.
So, and she, like I said, had other kids, my siblings, whom I love dearly. And I never resented her. My dad though, fuck that guy. But my mom, I'll protect her at all costs.
Well,
Yeah.
kudos to you for being able to do that,
Thanks.
because there's a
Yeah.
lot of people, like, I know that's an important age
Yeah.
time in your, like, where from sophomore to senior.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's very
Oh,
important.
I was getting roasted every day.
Yeah,
you know.
especially for a girl. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you black white girl, you can't do this
Ugh.
with your hair. You don't know how to do this and that. I'm thinking, I don't even know who I am. If I want to dress like a
Exact-
skater today or
Yeah.
Beyonce tomorrow, you leave me alone. Shit.
Yeah.
But now that I'm an adult woman and I'm in my 30s, I'm very nervous. Like I'm like, I don't know what to do around. She's like, why don't you plan everything? And I'm like, I don't know, you lady. What are we about to do? I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do it is at what you like to do, and then you know what I mean. That way,
Yeah.
you'll feel more comfortable in that zone, being able to, you know.
We gonna smoke some weed.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
It is legal now, so you know what I mean. So
Nothing wrong with that.
I
know,
I was
right?
just saying that.
I know.
And anything challenging this week with parenthood?
My
for them?
son told me straight up that he don't really respect me right now.
Oh wow.
I don't. He
Why?
said he's not happy with like the lifestyle, and he told me the other day he's like, I don't believe in God anymore. Like he's trying to hurt me because he's hurt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I know that he's hurt.
What's he
and-
hurting over? Did he say?
Yeah, his dad's not in his life, and my daughter and my son have the same dad, but their relationships with their father are both different,
Yeah.
and I never liked that. So he told me that he doesn't really respect me, and that he has no reason to try. He's 10.
Yeah.
So I let him have that moment, and then I react on my own. So I had to go do my thing and react. But when I come back to him to talk to him, and I'm just like, well, we do believe in a higher source. We do believe in a higher power because we've been saved in so many ways by saving grace.
Right.
And I explain it to him, and I can hear in his voice the pain. He don't even understand. He don't even really know why he's mad. He just doesn't
Well, he's
have
10
He doesn't
too.
have
He's trying to.
he doesn't have his dad. He sees,
Yeah.
but he's
it's
been
hard
living so long without him. He's like, do I need him or I
at
don't
this
know.
point.
He's
Yeah.
confused. So it's my job to shit. I'm taking it. I'm taking all of it. I'm like
The
that
punches,
that
yeah.
X-Man who gets hit so many times and he just absorbs it, and then eventually when he hits you back, you're getting everything you dished at him. But
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
never give that back to my son. I'm gonna keep it forever.
Yeah.
At work, it's the same thing. So I just try to balance it and just be thankful that I'm here to hear him tell me he's disappointed, because I'm about to bury a friend who will never get to have a conversation with her kid again.
Yeah.
So I will take it and I will listen to all of it. And it
Yeah.
hurts because I'm by myself. I don't have someone to be like, it's okay.
You don't have that
baby."
leaning support.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know my mom that well. So I can't be like, hey, mom, do I? She calls
Yeah.
me for advice for the kids. So
Yeah.
I just try to just breathe a lot.
Reach out to
Yeah.
us. I mean, we're here. I know a lot of times it's easier said than done because the fact that
Yeah.
you're like, oh, like, okay, like I'll reach out. But a lot of
Yeah.
times it's,
I don't want to put this on you. I don't want to.
I mean,
I would rather do
It's
this.
hard.
We're a
Yeah,
community,
I definitely
though.
understand
Yeah.
where you're coming
Yeah.
Yeah.
from.
we're a community and we all have to help each other because, you know what I mean? Hurt people. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
and we can speak from experience because more than likely we've probably been there ourselves. I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah.
thinking about your son, like there's plenty of times where me and my dad, we went years where we weren't
Yeah.
talking. My dad,
Shit.
went on this, partying binge or whatever the case is. And
Yeah.
there was a good period where I didn't talk to my dad. There was a good period where I didn't talk to my mom. And I was just trying to figure myself out. I went to a majority white school.
Yeah.
So
it's
I
hard.
was the wannabe white kid. I was a
Yep.
wannabe Mexican kid. And it's
Yeah.
like,
you
Yeah.
I
can't
was
never
trying to
win.
figure myself out.
Right.
And it just got me into more trouble, which
Mhm.
gave more people ammunition to, there goes Patrick. He's always mad.
Right.
There goes Patrick, the problem child. And it's
Yep.
like, no, I'm just misunderstood because of the fact that I'm trying to figure out who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Isn't that crazy that how we realize that now, like looking back at
Yeah.
what we went through,
Right.
all the stuff that we didn't know who we were just trying to figure it out. And
Yeah.
not that I grew up in a horrible neighborhood, but it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
We lived in some apartment to apartment to apartment, and it's something that I'll never forget.
Mhm.
It's just something.
But it's a beautiful thing too, because I
Mhm.
think about that and I'm like, when I think about my kids, I'm like, man, like sometimes I was going house to house,
Yeah.
apartment to apartment, because they were literally just living. We were living in a place until we got evicted. We
Mhm.
were eating top ramen soups and
Yep,
we were throwing in shrimp, mushrooms to try
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
change it up, or whatever the case is. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that my kids never, get that,
Right.
that griminess that I had to go through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's funny too because the catch-22 to that is that might be exactly what they need.
Yes, I
That
was
might
just
be
gonna
Yeah.
say.
exactly what they might
Yeah.
need to feel to understand because they don't know. They know you as dad. They don't.
Yeah.
My son knows me as mom. They don't know what I do. I have to show them.
Yeah.
Like they might eventually have to come here to see what this is about. In the same way they want to see what's going on at Fry's. They want to see what's going on in whether I'm working somewhere. They want to the kids judge you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, they'll tell you the truth. And I think for my son, um, I'm always in his shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
always in
Yeah.
his face. He's baby, what's wrong? You need something? That's it's me. Now that's a privilege I never had. Nobody
Yeah.
was breathing down my ass. Watch oh, you breathed hard, something wrong with you. So I think for me, outside of being the mom that I am, he might need a dose of this medicine. Like
Yeah.
he might
Yeah.
need to know what it feels like.
For
That's
sure.
that's good that you say that too, because like I mentioned it a few times on the show where I'm not afraid to tell my kids I love them. You know what I mean? I wasn't told that when I was little. You know what I mean? Now we have a different relationship with my mom, my dad, even my grandparents, whatever the case is. Like we express our love to each other.
Good.
When I wasn't, it wasn't the same situation. I always had a question: do my parents love me?
Yeah.
Do my siblings love me, or whatever the case is? You know what I mean? Like
That hurts.
always, yeah. And then you're confused because you're not sure what it is that you're supposed to be feeling.
Yeah.
So you look for it in wrong ways. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's crazy.
It's overwhelming, but we do
It
the best we
is.
can.
Yeah.
That really, and I've been going through it with my middle one. She just turned 17 in March, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, she's just been the other day. She just got in trouble. Like she just got her license.
Mhm.
Her dad went out and got her a car. Nothing fancy. Just wanted to get her to work and home. Because she does school from home,
Right.
and she does good, and then she falls off. And I said, be home at 7:30.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, she decides to just make her own decisions. And I'm going to come home when I want to come home.
Yeah.
Is basically what she's telling me. And because I have my lupus, I get so sick when I'm stressed. She made me so stressed out that this was just like 2 days ago. This all
Wow.
happened. And she decided not to come home till 12:30. Like,
Okay.
all right, you're going to
Yeah.
tell me what you're going to do. So I called her dad, and it was just a hot mess. And I just I don't even have the energy for it anymore. Like what is your problem? And when I ask her why, it's always, I don't know. She never has
They
an
never know. They
actual
never
answer.
know.
Yeah.
There's no answer to why you did what you did. Like, really? It's why?
You knew
Why?
when you did it.
Yeah.
Now you don't know.
Yeah.
I deal with that too. So what do you do when she
Oh my God. Like that night because I had work the next day, and I'm like, I have to go to bed. I even was texting her dad. I'm like, I can't wait up for her. Like yes, I'm worried about her, but there's just a point where I just can't, and him too. He's like, well, because my oldest daughter, I said, she's up late anyway, because she does work, school, stuff like that. So when she comes home, take her phone, take her keys, and put it in my room.
But I'd be afraid on that.
You
Because at that age, I think about a lot of times when I'm thinking about discipline, I'm thinking about, okay, like if I do these situations, what's it going to look like? What's the next step?
Yeah.
And a lot of times kids are very easy to rebel. And I think about me, particularly if that was me, I just take off. Now you don't have now you don't have no way to really get a hold of me.
Yeah. And her phone died.
Yeah.
And she had said, I'm going to go eat.
Yeah.
And then I'll be home. Like, no, you're not going to go eat and then
make her a sandwich. And that ham, you're gonna in that meat or in somewhere in that sandwich, you throw an air tag in there. So when she swallows it, you'll be able to catch her forever.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just a freaking nightmare. Yeah. I freaking hate teenage life.
I hope she doesn't do this often because I really don't want it to affect your health.
I feel like with her, she's putting me through the ringer. And she's always been that kid to put me through the ringer.
This is the birthday that was in March?
This is the March, baby. March 19th.
She's gonna have to understand what she's doing to you. She has to understand what she's doing and how this affects you. Though.
I know, and it's like to the point though where like I don't even really want to talk to you. Like I'm so pissed at you.
Oh yeah,
and I'm so like you aren't hearing anything I say.
Yeah.
You know?
At that point, yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy. My 10-year-old's doing that. Yours is 17. I'm fucking scared.
Yeah.
Scared.
So the last episode we were talking about bad parenting advice. Do you guys have bad parenting advice? Like, actually, let me give you some examples that we were talking about the last show. We had covered, if someone hits you, you lay their ass out. You know what I
A
mean?
kid, if your kid hits you?
No, if another kid hits your kid,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can that be considered bad parenting? Because, like, I tell my kids all the time, someone puts their hands on you, yeah, you have my approval to lay their ass out.
Yeah.
Or when a child starts dating, this is where me and my wife, we go back and forth on it because she doesn't agree, and this is my advice. But I'm saying, like, when they get into the point when they start dating, whatever the case is, thought it out. Be a little thought. You know what I mean? Run it. You don't like it?
It's milky.
Oh, but it's Japan.
She said it's a
Yeah.
milky.
It's Japan wine.
Milky wine.
But anyways, I tell them, to start date everybody. Get out of the system so you know who you're wanting to be
But your
or
kid
be
might
with.
not be that way.
If I'm saying if they want to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't usually you don't know
Yeah.
until you like kind of hang out with different communities, different social groups.
Yeah.
So then you're like you're hanging out. I mean, that's dating, right?
Yeah.
But then when you start talking to somebody, when you start developing feelings with somebody,
Right.
you want to be a little bit more precise and particular and picky.
Right.
Hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
Date picky. So be a thought in a sense that
Yeah.
you're sociable, but to a certain degree, you have these certain standards. Like I tell my son, because he doesn't like certain things that I do.
Yeah.
And I'm preparing him because he's already interested. Like he's already liking there's certain girls in our neighborhood that he likes. Yeah. So I'm entertaining the idea, but I'm trying to help him understand if there's certain things that I don't like and that you don't like about me, like don't like attack other people because you see that in them. Because he'll look at a girl who, is a little bit louder and just be like, it's like she's like you, mom. Because I have to be loud because they don't get his attention. So that's how I feel about the dating part. Don't project or don't take what you don't like about me and put that into the world. Learn different personalities because that loud girl might be coming from a different background. She might have a different place, a different heart than your mom. So I kind of disagree with the dating part.
Yeah.
And then the hitting part too, just because this is something that we don't really go into depth about. You don't need my permission to defend yourself.
Yeah,
You
right, that's
don't
right.
ever think that you need my permission.
Yeah.
If you feel unsafe and you feel threatened, listen to your higher power, listen to yourself. But if you're in a split second, you don't know what to do, that means you have fear in your heart. And so we have to work through that because if your reaction is when you feel fear to attack, you're going to train your brain that from a young age to an adult. And I'm not going to do that. So my son and my daughter both are not a normal sized kid. They're both very adult looking children.
Yeah.
If a normal 10-year-old came up and hit my 10-year-old, I would look at my 10-year-old like I wish you would hit him back because you would hurt him badly. His punch to your punch is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
So assess your situation. Now, if some grown person tried to check you because they think you're grown and you know that it's about to get physical, you have two choices. You can either keep yourself safe and walk away.
Yeah.
Or you can prove that you're stronger than him and do that move that you learned last week and learn what? Because you don't get rewards in the street for fighting.
Yeah.
You get those on the mat.
Yeah.
So I tell him that there's consequences. And my daughter, I don't think they're like a violent person, but I think that's a front right now.
Yeah.
I think they are, they have it in them. We all do. But if you know, okay, my mom said if you hit me, I'm going to hit you back and you're just waiting for that, then you might as well just have started the fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine is just more of, I think you elaborated on it perfectly. If you're in a situation where you need to defend yourself, don't necessarily worry that you're going to be in trouble with me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to be in a situation that,
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of coming back to Lunar's son. Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Because I do kind of agree, but it just popped in my head. Like, what if the kid, because you were saying you don't really want your son to hit somebody else in retaliation because of the size difference.
Yeah.
Which is totally understandable. Like, I'm not going to walk up to Mike Tyson and hit him and want to get hit back.
Right.
I'm not a big guy by any means.
Right.
But the thing that popped in my head is like, well, sometimes, like you guys were kind of saying before, sometimes they need to go to that experience.
Yeah.
Talking about the other kid, not your kid.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe that kid is a bully.
Yeah.
Maybe that kid hits kids all the time. So maybe your son, maybe he needs to knock him the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah.
Just one time. Not
just
beat his
maybe.
ass.
Right.
But give him a good one.
And
knock
that
him on his
might
ass.
be he might need that feeling, that experience might be something he needs to experience. And being that would be my first time as a mom being put through it. I've dealt with this with other people's kids, and I'm always like, I'm the protector. Like, stop. Like, if anything, let's go to the mat. We're gonna do it right. Because once you do it on the mat, those 3 minutes are not. You're not gonna look for those. You're not gonna look for fighting situations. But for my son, I always tell him, just pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, he has to be able to assess it. Because if I'm assessing your situation every time, then you're just gonna be looking. You're gonna be a me and not a you.
Yeah.
And I want him to be a him. And the same thing with my daughter too. Like, they're people watchers, so they watch everything. If the moment if I were to stand up right now and we were in an argument, my daughter's going to stand up too, because she's going to be prepared.
Yeah.
My son, he's a little goofy. He's 10. He's going to be like, I don't know. So if someone comes up to you and pokes on you and starts a fight with you and you're not prepared, that's what I'm irritated with him about. I need him to pay attention. But if someone comes up to you and off the rip just knocks you or get up, like, I want you to assess it. Is there 4 of them and 2 of you, or 1 of you and 6 of them? Or
Right.
just because you know how to fight or you feel like you can take them, do you have to? What do you get out of it? I just want them to pay attention. And this is coming from someone who's a fighter, like in and off the court, in and off the field. I've been to jail. I have a record for fighting. It's not something I promote. It's not something I want people to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's something that sometimes you have to do. And in those situations, you have to do it. You got to do it. And I would never brag about it, but I'm glad I did what I did, or else I don't think I'd be here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. And here, I mean, do you guys have bad parenting advice?
that was my bad parenting advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes some kids, it's different. Like, some kids, they get tried too much. So they might need to step up, but it's hard. It's hard because you don't know their background, you don't know their life. But I think my bad parenting advice is that I feel like we all should heal together, and we're not doing that.
I agree 100% with you.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we're, in competitions or just whatever it is, versus, I read a story, actually, it's funny that you say that, because I read a story, just the other day, where it was just like this race. It was like a 5K race or whatever the case is, and it was different countries. And there was this one guy, he, literally right at the brink of passing the finish line. There was another guy behind him, and the other guy knew that the other guy was like, wasn't going to make it. So the guy ends up pushing the guy in front of him to get him past the finish line.
I think I saw that.
And they were like, I don't get it. Why did you do that? And he's like, it goes against my morals. He's like, we need to be able to win together. As soon as we learn how to win together, he's like, that wasn't my race. He's like, that was his race. He's like, and by him winning, I'm winning too.
Period.
He's like, because if my kids look at this, if my fans look at this, he's like, what are they going to think?
What are we teaching each other?
Yeah.
Some people don't understand. People train their whole lives to run those like 4-second races. You feel me? They train their whole life, every day, what they eat, what they put in their body, how they act, and then their mental.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's real deep, because it's like, I've been training my whole life. I want this badly. I want to win. But then I see you. I want to win with you.
Yeah.
That's a real winner.
Yeah.
That's a real winner. I respect that. And I love that. I don't like how society tries to play it like competition. But then again, we do live in a corporation. I mean, America. So that's just how it is.
Yeah. It sucks. I heard this term momster. Have you guys heard it?
No.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I'm a gangster mom.
Yeah.
Momster. Huh?
Yes. So momster, it's pretty much what happens to a mom after she counts to 3.
Oh, I'm definitely a monster.
Have you guys ever had a momster moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever do it just to scare your kids for fun? Just because you know you're not going to do shit, but you just do it?
Yeah. I just want to see if they're going to react to how it used to be when they were little.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't know if I'm going to do that anymore.
I'm tired. I'm going to go to my room. They're going to forget.
Some examples are like wanting to fight your kids, making your kid eat everything on their plate, making the kids wear the same shirt at the same time when they're arguing. But I feel like those examples are kind of soft. Like, I know when my mom, like when she was, had her momster moment, she would go hard in the paint.
Yeah.
She would literally like,
I've heard.
Yeah. We would literally do like matrix motions with throwing her shoe at us or whatever she had in her hand. They made me sweep the culture sack with a broom.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's still going to continuously be dirty and stuff like that. So
that's messed up.
Yeah.
I actually remember your mom told me the half-ass haircut story.
Oh, I wanted a haircut and I didn't do my chores, so she was like, "Oh yeah, like I'll cut," because she wasn't bad, but she wasn't good at it. But I was desperate for a haircut. I was going to school. She gave me the most fucked up haircut. I went to school the next day with the hat on, and they were like, "Yeah," and they were like, "You can't have a hat in the class," and I had to take it off, and we got made fun of. And
damn,
I think another time she made me clean like the floor with the toothbrush. And
oh my gosh,
yeah, my mom don't play. Mom does not play.
Damn.
Yeah.
My parents did that public humiliation, and I lost a lot of respect for them. They
Yeah.
made me and my brother wear the same outfit every day for whatever reason. I don't know, but I to this day appreciate my appearance and
Yeah.
how I am and what I look like. And so why you gonna fault me for that? You
Yeah.
know, just because I'm a secure young little girl.
Yeah.
No one's giving me securities. I'm giving them to myself. They should have been proud of that.
Yeah.
They didn't like that. They thought me and my brother were like trying to be something. I don't know what the fuck the point of that was, but they made my brother wear the same fucking Laker sweatsuit outfit, and I wore the same Tommy Hilfiger. I haven't worn Tommy Hilfiger until I moved out here. It was like 20 years because
Wow.
it was the same jeans and the same top, and they made me wear it like every day, and like people really was like coming for me, and my brother like, oh, you're all bummy, like.
What? I mean, at
Yeah.
least you was laced up in Tommy though. Tommy
Yeah.
back in the day was
That
like,
was like
Yeah.
you had money if you were
Yeah.
right, Tommy.
Yeah, but the same shirt and the same pants like
Every
every
day.
day, like
Yeah,
dang.
kids are
they
Kids are
They
brutal.
spent the annual income on this Tommy outfit.
I'm gonna wear it every day to get my worth.
Yeah. So before we continue, we're gonna take a quick potty break. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like,
Hit the
subscribe to
like.
this channel, and share this video for support.
Do
We'll be right
it.
back.
Don't forget.
And you're back.
And we're back. I have a random thought. No matter how you believe, but in your next lifetime, do you want your life to repeat itself, or what do you want to change?
Hell no, I don't want my life to repeat itself.
So what are you changing then?
I'm changing everything.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't want to repeat I feel like I went through a lot, growing up, and I felt like that had a lot to do with the decisions that I made
Mhm.
growing up,
Yeah.
and I just wouldn't want to repeat that,
Yeah. I get it.
I don't know. I'm crazy. I think I'm deranged, but I would say yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do
what-
it all over again.
Yeah, if I mean, whether I have consciousness of the knowing or not knowing, because in a weird, sick, twisted way, I feel like I've been repeating this shit for like many, 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 many moons. Like I feel like a starseed, and I just keep coming back to get the same life until I get the message that I need. Because
Yeah.
I have some weird deja vu where
Oh, I do the same thing.
Yeah, and I'd be like, but me and my mom haven't had this situation yet, and she's coming out here. But I
Yeah.
had like I had a weird memory where it already happened, or it might have happened on a different
Yeah.
dimension. I don't know, but it makes me not
Uneasy.
yeah, because I don't know, like, am I psychic? Do I have powers? I don't know, but
That's crazy.
what I do know is that like I would just. I feel like each time, under the circumstance that let's just say I am already living the same life over and over, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm learning something different.
I have to
help.
agree, because a lot of times I'll get those moments and I'm like, man, like what the heck? Like there's no way that this could have happened before.
Right. Yeah.
And I just get stuck in this trance where I'm just trying to figure out, okay, like I know this, it's just
Yeah.
sometimes I'll have deja vu of me having deja vu of that exact moment. And it's weird,
Exactly.
I just can't figure it out.
And anything that I read up on that, or anything that I try to research and reference to that, just basically says, "Oh, you're a star seed and you're coming back to get." I don't
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I do feel like I don't want to have any ties. Like my family is my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My race, my culture, my identity, who I am, my kids. I'm not changing none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only think that I would have liked, or my life's not over. At least I don't think it's over anytime soon. Knock on wood. But
Yeah.
I want a partner. Oh, and
Yeah.
I want to have that. I don't know what it's like to live life with your partner, like your own partner, not one that you share, but like
Yeah.
someone that wants you just as much as you want them.
Right.
And I think that's the only thing that I would add into my life. But maybe there's a reason why I don't have that. I do feel content. Like I feel good. I
But
love myself.
why is that? What do you feel like you're missing, or that what is the disconnect?
I don't know. I want a partner, but I'm not ready to do all the things because I'm not secure in what I got to do for my kids.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm gonna trust a man that's gonna come in and do everything off the back end. What do you want back? Like, what do you want for yourself?
Yeah.
What do you want with me that you're not gonna expect the same thing in return? Because that's not a partnership.
Right.
I want to be able to do the same things for them that they can do for me.
Yeah.
So I want it, but reality is I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm living not paycheck to paycheck, but hustle to paycheck, paycheck to hustle. Money is coming in and it's accounted for in every fucking penny. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't have time for someone to come in and play with me and my money and my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to explain that to people, but what I get on the internet is some shit like, "Oh, I want to kick it and do fly shit. I want to kick it." You're not trying to build. I'm trying to build a legacy, bro.
Yeah.
You're playing with my time, my energy.
Yep.
I don't really come out to AZ, but when I'm out there, can I hit you? No. You just told me that you're not looking for what I'm looking for. You want to play
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
You want to do fly shit because I look good. You're responding to videos. You're responding to booty shots. You're responding to me
Yeah.
walking to the pool. But when I get online and start talking deep, you don't want to listen. But when I thirst trap in a swimsuit and a bikini at the pool, you're listening. I got your attention. I don't
Yeah.
want you. I don't want nobody like you.
Nope.
Yeah.
At least you can like recognize that though.
It took
and
a
you
while.
don't fall.
I almost fell for it.
Really?
Sometimes they
But-
come.
It's
They're
easy too, though.
Well,
It
because
is
these
easy.
men, like for example, they come to me in my DM and they're like, "Oh, I got 6 businesses. They come off as really secure, everything but mentally, everything but emotionally. They're mature. Okay, I got an apartment condo that I own in New York. Well, that's a big deal. Okay, oh, I got
Yeah.
6 houses in Texas in the fourth ward. Okay, that's a big deal too. But I just told you that I'm looking for a husband and you're looking for someone to do fly fun shit with. You
Yeah.
That's
better
not the
go find.
same.
If you want to do
Nope.
fly fun shit, you can catch me at Cheetahs on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or you can catch me at Essex on Wednesday night. But
Yeah.
if you're not trying to spend money on me, then get the fuck up out my inbox.
Yeah. I mean, even more so because of the fact that you're being straight up with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're just still not getting it.
And
you know
all
what I
these
mean?
men are from good backgrounds. They've got either 2-parent households or maybe they got a really solid mom who does activity work in the community. Like these are not like loser ass guys. These are not bum ass guys. So for them to come at me with a low bummy vibrational energy, it's disrespectful and insulting. And to me, I feel like I'm in competition with people who don't even have a good understanding with themselves. So maybe they need that experience.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need that experience. I was madly in love with the father of my kids from high school, and if we had support, we'd probably still be together. But because everybody in his family said it'll never work, it's not gonna last, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't last.
They were in his ear.
And I don't want to go through that with another person in their family because I love my family and
Yeah.
I'm fighting so hard to heal the family that I've already been blessed with, so I don't need to go out and try to interfere and intervene with somebody else's shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta save myself.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this. Russian children are now going through military training exercises, including martial art lessons, rifle
yeah.
handling classes. I'm not sure the exact age, but when I was watching the video, they look like 10, 12 years old, somewhere around that
That's
age.
crazy.
What are your thoughts on this?
Again, some kids might need it and like it and be good at it. And some kids might need to sit with a coloring crayon book in a box. And it's just different strokes for different folks. I
Yeah.
mean, I think those kids are going to be like,
And it's a whole other country too.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
they're
think it's really on that level. I think it's because of what's going on with Ukraine and Russia is why they're doing it.
they're training them to be young
yeah,
soldiers.
they're
Mhm.
trying to
That's
teach
fucked
them
up.
young so
But
they
see-
can fight.
And here's the thing.
They do the same thing in Asia.
Yeah, they do.
Why-
And
why do we don't do it?
Ukraine, I think they do the same thing too. I'm trying to remember
Oh.
where else, but I think it would be a good thing because then it also teaches them self-defense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or if we're ever in
At
those
such a
situations.
young age? That's
Yeah.
too young. I feel like
Well, kind of.
self-defense at a certain age.
We've taken so much from these kids and dumbed them as much as
Mhm.
possible with the foods and the electronics and everything else. We've made our kids stupid.
It's
And-
funny that you say that though, Patrick, because you got to think too. Like every kid's gonna have the same training now. So
Yeah.
can you imagine what those fights are gonna be like? It's
Ooh,
not gonna
those
be
are
like
gonna be
somebody
brutal.
slap and then they roll around on the floor and
I mean, I'm
pull
just saying,
somebody's
like-
hair. Everything's gonna be calculated fights. You're gonna have these 12-year-olds.
Well, kind of. So let me make a point and then I'll let you go. The reason why I say we dumbed them, down and we've taken so much. I think about that like in, let's say Dare. Let's say the Dare programs. Let's say the fire. Remember when when we were in school, they used to have the
Mhm, I remember
firefighters. They used to
Dare.
come. They used to teach us basic knowledge on if our house is gonna burn out. I remember going through, school, and I'm like, fuck, one day my house is gonna burn down. I'm gonna have to stop, drop, and roll. Like I know that's gonna be the number one key. My house never burned down. I was ready for
But
it.
you were ready.
But think about it, if we had if we had some of the basic training, you know what I mean?
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, like back on the part where Elijah was saying, like, some of these kids might be getting these training, but just like kids in every other day, they might learn shit, and if it doesn't resonate with them, it doesn't hit their core, they don't care.
Right.
So you could teach them that suplex hold. If they don't care to do it, they're not going to lock.
Yeah.
Which is when you go around your neck and you lock it. If they don't want to get down like that, they're not. They might also.
I'm gonna have you teach that lock on Elijah. I'm gonna
I
see.
sure will. And it's a fun process too. So when you learn it, you might just do it on accident all the time. But but also the second thing is that I love that you said our kids, because I get what you mean when you're saying like we've dumbed our kids down. But check this shit out. Kids are so smart these days that they are knowing that they're not going to be playing with their mental health.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be playing with their peace of mind, and you're not going to be playing with these kids' time. They'll let you know. Yeah. And they'll let you know. And I'm not just speaking about my kids, but these kids will let you know, I don't like what you're doing with my school system. They've rated, their school programs. They pretty much organize strikes like with their own schools, to where schools have to change the curriculum.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know this, but I feel like it's a different movement for these kids. I don't know about you. I like that we had DARE. I like that we had those things, but I would have rather have had SHOP and learned how to build my fucking house. So I don't need a bank loan to go do it.
Yeah, those are just some examples, because we even had like sex education and stuff like that. We've had so many different stuff that we had the opportunity for that I feel like they don't do that.
The sex education part is cool, because all of us we come from a freaky generation. What kid these days did you see that want to have a baby? None of them. None of these kids barely want to have sex.
Unless you like in my house.
Right. I'm just saying. But
my boys are like, wait a minute.
Right. No, I mean, so my son likes, he wants to date, but most kids are claiming asexuality, or I'm not a sexual person because I haven't had it. Like, a lot of these kids are kind of like doing stuff that I feel like their parents maybe wish they could have done, which is why there's a detachment within our community, and that's why we're comparing other countries, because we're scared these kids are going to be trained like warriors, but these fucking kids don't want to do that shit. They want to come over here and kick it with our kids, and our kids want to go over there and kick it with their kids. At the end of the day, if we just took all the kids and let them tell us what's up, we learn a whole lot. They're disappointed, and they don't want to be nothing like us. They don't want to have shit that we got. They rather live off the land. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful that a lot of kids are becoming, from all walks of life, are speaking up, like the Iran. I know we keep talking about Russia and Ukraine and stuff, but there's a lot of issues going on, like over in Iran and Jordan. Like they're not respecting young women. They're not allowing them to speak. We're doing dances on TikTok, but people don't know those dances are to raise awareness over there. And that's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about those people that. It sounds like all these other people have opportunities, and all these other kids have good opportunities, whether it's fighting or not. They can make something good out of that. What can we make good out of women being detained and killed because they have a voice for themselves?
Right.
And also, the history of Iran has been devoured over the last 20 years, but it used to be ran by women.
Yeah.
And now they don't even let kids have freedom. They don't let the women have freedom, and it's just chaos. So I'd be more concerned about that. If Russia wants to teach their kids, China wants to teach their kids how to fight, that's cool. Do those kids want to fight? No.
Yeah, they don't.
Where are they going to come when they grow up here?
Yeah.
And what do? Get away from all of those trainings and tactics that they learned and come here and be them.
Yeah.
So I think that I pray that they do well, but I don't like that they're training them to fight in a war.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Yeah.
What about this one? A mom gets her child diagnosed as autism spectrum. She does this to reap the benefits for parking, advanced boarding on planes, and special attention, etc. My question is that if you knew this person, what are you saying? Are you saying anything at all?
Right? Like, what the fuck are you? What are you doing? Excuse my language. What are you doing? Like,
but this is not. So this is not nothing new, because you hear this from years and years and years. Because I think about and I'm probably gonna say this wrong, but the Munchausen syndrome. Munchausen. I don't know how I say it, but you guys know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So I hear about this all the time, but I don't know. Would I say something? Probably. I'm like, like you're taking the advantage of someone else that can take advantage.
But now these days, nobody even like says anything, because we all know somebody that's always taking advantage of something.
Right.
And nobody just like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody really says why are you doing that?
Yeah. Would you say something if that was like you had a friend that was doing that?
Yeah, if she was my friend, I'd be like, why would you do something like that? Like, I mean, I get what but you know what? Maybe that child is, needs a lot of work, and maybe they actually do need it. Like,
Let's say you know that they are just lying because
if
they know
you
they can get away
yeah,
with it.
if the child really if they really need that for the child, then okay.
Yeah.
Don't do it if just because.
I'm gonna just tell you, Arizona doesn't give it out like other states do. So if
Uh-huh.
that kid went through the certifications and all the testings and all of those appointments,
Right.
and a doctor saw anything on the spectrum, whether it was high functioning, ADHD, autism, or any of those things, and this kid just looked like a normal, good kid, and even though the mom is still saying, I'm just doing this because I need the benefits and I need the help. Well, yeah, you might need it, chick, but your son or daughter is obviously in need of these things as well
Right.
because it was saw fit. Do you know how hard Arizona makes it for families to get those type of services?
Yeah.
Extremely hard. So either both of them deserve an Oscar, Emmett, and in all those awards
That's
that you
so
can
true.
get,
Yeah.
or unfortunately, this is a pride thing that she's doing because yes, she might be a little embarrassed or a little upset about the situation, and this is her way of being like culturally accepted. Like, I'm just gonna get it for support. I'm just gonna because
I
I
love
need
that you say
help.
that though.
Yeah, that's what it's a pride thing.
Yeah.
It's never. I mean, because have you ever met somebody who really needed that help? They're not gonna be ashamed. I need
Yeah.
the help. Help me.
Yeah.
But when you're insecure about it and you're trying to fit in and keep up with the Jones and the Jets, it's gonna be like that.
And
It's hard.
even how you said my brother, he's autistic, and I love how you say it. Sometimes they just look normal, and
Yeah.
it's like, no, it's
Mm.
not always the
Yeah.
situation.
And the normal ones are the ones that don't get diagnosed is because they look so normal. So I'm
Right.
trying to explain. It goes,
Yeah, you look okay on the outside.
yeah. And then oh man, all my life I've been living, it's been hard. I didn't know I had all these issues. It's like a coworker of mine, she's, experiencing that. She didn't know. And it's her pride.
Yeah.
She's autistic. And she never understood why shit was so hard for her. She's a manager. She's
Yeah.
my co-manager.
Yeah, my brother is super smart. Like
She's so
I'm so
smart.
proud of him.
Oh, but she cannot. This is a thing. If she touches something, she'll do this until she can wash her hands.
Yeah.
And that is something that irritates her because also, like if all of this was right here and she saw it, you would think, oh, she's just so cool. She's gonna go pick it up. She's just gonna organize it, make things look nice. No, no, no. That's her autism. She can't function in this room
Oh wow.
because it's out of order for her.
Yeah.
So when people do stuff like, I don't know if you've seen these memes going around, oh, you thought you had a hood dude, but he just had autism and special needs. That's very common. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Because how hard it is to go through the process to get the support you need. I don't believe anybody that says they're getting over on the system. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is? They
Yeah.
check in Arizona, they check your food stamps.
They're getting over on you. You just don't know it yet.
You just don't know it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They check your stuff like they don't give out benefits like that.
They're pretty
Right.
on top of it.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. They don't let you keep anything you get a 6-month check-in, whether it's medical, food. I don't know about the cash part, but they barely give cash to mothers that need it. So
Dang.
I feel like it's a pride thing if someone's like, yeah, I'm just gonna get this little pass and I'm gonna park here in the handicap and I'm gonna get all these little benefits. Okay, but you're also keeping up with the requirements to abstain those.
Absolutely, you are.
You're following up with the phone calls, you're sending the packets in, you're checking up with your doctor. There's so much stuff that
There
goes through with
is.
it. It's like, yeah, whatever you say, sis.
And the last one's crazy. Not really crazy, but was cleaning my son's room and came across his porn collection. I was so horrified with the sites and searches that I'm afraid to ask him about it. My son is 12, and as a mother, I feel this would be the responsibility of the father, but he walked out when he was little. How are you approaching this situation?
Well, just real quick, it's why let's not give away our power. Let's reclaim our power and take it back. This is
Okay.
not no parent has a defined role.
Yeah.
If the dad feels more comfortable talking about the sex with the son and he's not there, then I can see how that could matter. But let's not take our power away
Yeah.
because it was never specified when we decide to have kids who was going to talk about what. So my son, again, like I said, he's very advanced for his age. Weird porn shit.
Yeah.
And like it's my son, so anime a mixture with some stuff that I'm confused about myself. Okay, that's not his sexuality, that's not his preference. He's just curious.
Yeah.
He's confused. He saw something and heard something, and now he's going to try to go sneak behind my back and look it up because he doesn't feel comfortable to come to me, even though
Yeah.
I've curated the most safest space for him. Doesn't matter. It's not where he feels that he can come to me. So he's going to go online. He's going to look some stuff up. It has nothing truly to do with their sexuality. It's just stuff they haven't seen. They have questions. They're curious. Right. And I don't care how cool my mom is or my dad was. I don't think I would ever sit down and be like, how do I
it's a hard conversation.
How do I do it?
Yeah.
I want to do it
Yeah.
good. How can I get to that?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like you like that for you to be even telling me because I don't want to do what you do. I want to do what I do.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tough one.
They're gonna watch porn or they're gonna find a magazine or
I don't know if they'll look at the magazines anymore. I think it's so outdated, but I think we're gonna
Yeah.
find
Do
a
they
couple
even
sites.
sell
Too much hard
magazines
evidence.
anymore?
I don't know.
Much hard
Yeah.
evidence.
Yeah.
Centerfold.
Yeah.
I used to have Maya on my wall. Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
I remember Maya.
Sports Illustrated. I took that mag. My mom was like, "So, do you want me to go get you a better poster?" No, I like that poster
Yeah.
right by my bed.
Yeah.
It's too funny.
I know.
Nobody's gonna know.
Right.
And you know what that means. It's now time for the No, the O, and the Lab. It's where this and every show we give out a random hack, fun fact, or message and joke. Today's hack. This one's for potty training, which I'm currently in with my youngest. Put the toilet seat, chair, whatever it is that you get, put it in the room that they're in. It makes it convenient for them. So if you're in the room, put it in the room. If you're in the kitchen, put it in the kitchen. I know sometimes it might seem disgusting, but your little one's trying to figure out how to use a restroom. And then sometimes when they have to go, it's quick just for them to go there. Next, put food coloring on the toilet. So that way when they use the restroom, it changes colors. It'll excite them. So like if you put blue in there, it'll change green, you know?
Ew.
Next, buy their favorite character underwear and hype them up from getting out of the diaper. You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
you get to wear these. You know what I mean?
That used to be like my favorite part, buying them little chonies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the last trick, if they like stickers or a special fruit or something cool as a treat. So every time they do use a restroom, they get rewarded. And it's because it's something that they want to do, you know?
Right. Always have a reward. It's always
Yeah.
a reward.
And the laugh, not the laugh, and the joke. You're supposed to laugh. I was telling you, went a little ahead of myself. Did you know that Australians don't have sex?
What?
Crazy, right?
That's great.
Yeah.
What? Is that your...
They mate.
They
So stupid.
All right, you got me. You got me on that
I'm
one.
over here waiting for the joke.
Yeah. And as we wrap up the show, I want to give a huge shout out to today's guest, Luna.
Thanks, guys. I thought I was gonna get the child's play laugh.
No, I was kind of overseeing. I was looking at it a little bit. And my co-host, Bernice.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Thanks.
Yes. And as always, Mr. Habari Live himself, Mr. Dip. Please like and follow Habari Live Podcast, Habari Entertainment, and please check out other shows. Oh man, I accidentally took that part out. Yeah. Oh well. Please also check out One Love on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. Make it a great day. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.
See ya.
Deuces.
And love to the Middle East.